All right, we always start in the East, so let's start. Miami 31, New England Patriots 17. Miami moves to 6-2 on the season, and the Patriots fall to 2-6. Miami gearing up to head to Germany to take on the Kansas City Chiefs next week, with all of the division leaders in the AFC now sitting at 6-2, including the Miami Dolphins.
All of them at 6-2, huh?
Yes.
All right.
What'd you think of this game? This is when you talk.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's all right. I can talk about it a little bit. So Tua finishes 30 of 45, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Patriots got up early, got the scoring started with a Kendrick Bourne 24-yard touchdown from Mac Jones. Remember, New England was coming off their best game of the season, taking it to the Bills at home. It was like, hey, are they going to be competitive here? But Miami was just too much, man. Same thing. Tyreek Hill, uncoverable in spots. Runs through the defense for a 42-yarder.
Same thing as last week. He ran through a bracket coverage and just invalidated it by being too fast.
It was kind of, I don't know if it was true bracket. I think they were playing quarters. There was no threat to that side. The safety needs to help, though.
Yeah.
But, J.C. Jackson got torched a couple times here for New England. But, yeah, Tyreek Hill continues to just be incredible. And, again, New England hung tough for a team that only has 2 wins. But Miami took care of business at home. They're now averaging, I know they had the 70-point game there. They're averaging 43.5 points a game at home in Miami. And they have a home game in Germany next week.
Home game in Germany. Even at the start of this game, it required them sort of dipping into the bag a little bit to try and keep things going. I mean, they went for it on 4th and 1 early in the game. What looked like an RPO type of play, picked up an easy first down. They had a bad interception from Tua in there as well. Otherwise, it could have been even worse. But for a while, the Patriots were hanging with them. We're keeping it pretty close. We're tied, right? Kyle Duggar seemed like he was having a great game. There must be some negatives in there as well because he made a bunch of really positive plays, and it's not being reflected in an awesome grade right now. But he had a really nice play on the blitz. He had a crazy hit at the goal line to stop a touchdown. Like a Durham Smythe, I think it was, with the ball, like a big tight end heading towards the goal line. You're like, oh, this is easy. And Duggar just nails him with a hit that stopped him dead and crumpled him at the goal line without getting in. And, of course, Jalen Ramsey coming back.
Jalen Ramsey does come back, and that was one of the pivotal points in the game. Miami's up 14-7 just before the half. And Mac Jones kind of floats one up, little switch route, whatever you want to call it. What? I used to say route all the time. And that changed in recent years. And Jalen just kind of floated up there. Jalen Ramsey jumps it, and so he picks it off. So New England's going in to try to tie it before the half, or at least get within 4.
Right.
Interception by Jalen Ramsey. He brings it back, puts Miami into position for a field goal just before the half to go up 17-7. But yeah, Ramsey looked pretty good in his return, and again, just in time for a showdown with the Chiefs next week.
Really nice instincts on that play by Jalen Ramsey. I think it looks worse than it maybe was by Mac Jones. Jalen Ramsey is the corner in cover 3. He's reading him, essentially going with his guy. Only Ramsey reads what Mac Jones is doing, peels off his guy, and comes back to the underneath throw and picks it off easily. It wasn't good by Mac Jones, but I think it was less egregious than it looked. Jalen Ramsey, his instincts, his ability to read the play in zone is as good as any corner in the NFL, which is why, rewind to when Miami signed him, we were really excited about what he could do in this defense. Early returns, and by that I mean, one game.
One game, yeah.
Are good.
Yeah, him with Vic Fangio in this defense, could be a huge hit for Miami right now. Huge, uplift. Still just trying to wake up here, Sam.
How's it going?
It's average. I got a little coffee. We'll be good to go. One other thing to highlight here. So in the fourth quarter, New England does get within 7. 13-play, 81-yard drive. They're hanging tough. But I thought Miami put together a big boy drive after that. They kept converting. New England gets within 7, but Miami comes back with a 5+ minute drive of their own, converted a couple key first downs or key third downs, and then the final touchdown. It's 3rd and 1, and Miami, goes into their bag, like you were saying, little trickeration. And I mean, 3rd and 1, you have to overplay the run. Miami was already in field goal range. If they kick a field goal, the game's over pretty much. And so New England sells out for the run, and Jalen Waddle is just wide open. I mean, nobody even looked at him in the secondary. Complete busted coverage for a 31-yard touchdown to seal the deal for the Dolphins.
Yeah, it was another one of those. It looked like that 4th-and-1 play earlier in the game. It was that sort of RPO fake, and then in behind, as you say, all of the Patriots defenders have gone towards the run. And that's actually possibly where Kyle Duggar's not great grade is coming from, is that play, in addition to whatever other negatives are in his game.
All right, last thing to highlight. Miami had a revolving door on the offensive line. Once again, they held up well. But we already know Teron Armstead has been out at left tackle, but they had Liam Eichenberg starting at center. He's usually playing guard. I mean, they're moving people around. Big time shuffling by Miami. And, you've highlighted that as a huge story this season for the Dolphins, that they've been able to be as prolific as they are offensively, despite those offensive line struggles. So credit Mike McDaniel, Tua, and those actual offensive linemen, because, they held up well against the Patriots.
And it got worse in this game. Robert Hunt went down, went to the medical tent. Yeah, how many of the 5 guys they have starting right now are like intended starters?
Not many. 1,
2. It's a group that wasn't amazing on paper heading into the season. It's gotten worse, but as you said, it's holding up fine. It's not being problematic. I mean, even the loss of Robert Hunt, sure, there's 1 or 2 guys that aren't playing amazingly, but this group was absolutely not a problem in the game. In part because of, plays like those RPOs.
All right, man. So, like I said, every team in the AFC that leads, Dolphins, Ravens, Jaguars, and Chiefs, all sitting at 6-2, and the Dolphins head to Germany to take on the Chiefs this week. So set your clock. Get ready. We're switching the clocks here in America next week, giving you an extra hour of sleep for a 9:30 Eastern time. 9:30 start for Dolphins Chiefs next week. For New England falling to 2-6, and again, trying to figure out what this season actually means for Bill Belichick, the Patriots, and where they go moving forward. We'll have more on that throughout the week.